Everyone thinks creating cinematic visuals with AI still requires complicated workflows and multiple tools, but that's quickly changing. Today, you can create high-quality cinematic visuals using Nano Banana 2 and Kling 3.0, and the results look incredible. Check this out. Hi, my name is Mira, and I make AI animations for a living. This sequence was created using Nano Banana 2 for images and Kling 3.0 Omni for video generation. Everything is made on a single platform called Higgsfield, an all-in-one AI tool where you can access all new AI models in one place. In this video, I'll show you the exact workflow I used to create this cinematic animation. Now, let's get into the video. I started by going to ChatGPT and typing, create a scene-by-scene story for a 30 to 40 second animation about a mountain climber climbing Mount Everest. As he climbs, he remembers his childhood love for climbing. And the story ends with a cinematic zoom-out shot of him reaching the summit. And ChatGPT generated a complete short story with each scene explained, including camera directions. I liked the structure, so I decided to move forward with it. So now I needed to create a character for my story. So I went to ChatGPT and typed, create me a realistic image prompt of a man in hiking dress. The background is full white, and ChatGPT provided me with a prompt, which basically means a man in a hiking down suit with all the accessories standing straight in a full white background. I copied the prompt and went to Higgsfield. Inside Higgsfield, select Image, then click Create Image. Paste the prompt in the prompt bar and select Nano Banana 2 as your model. I chose Nano Banana 2 because it produces more cinematic images while generating results much faster. Then set the aspect ratio to 16:9 and select 4K quality and click Generate. Within seconds, I got my reference image and it looked excellent. Every detail was top-notch. He had every piece of equipment needed for hiking, was wearing a down suit, and the background was white. Next, I moved on to generating the scenes. I asked ChatGPT to create an image prompt for the first scene, where the character is in motion and is climbing the wall. After generating the prompt, I copied it and went back to Higgsfield. Now select Nano Banana 2 and paste the prompt. Upload the reference image, then set the aspect ratio to 16:9, select 4K quality, and click Generate. Within seconds, I got my first image, which was exactly as I wanted, where he is in motion and trying to climb a steep, icy slope with snow blowing and the character's face is clear. Now there is this one feature that makes Higgsfield stand out from other AI platforms, which is the multi-shot option. Click multi-shot and change the aspect ratio to 16:9, then click Generate. The platform created 9 different shots based on the same base image. This allows me to create multiple cinematic angles without generating new images from scratch. After reviewing the results, I select the images I liked, click on Upscale to improve their quality, and wait for a few minutes. So from a single base image, now you have 6 different cinematic shots ready to be animated. Let's look at another example. I wanted to create an image of a boy climbing an indoor climbing wall. So I went back to ChatGPT and I typed in, create an image prompt of a boy climbing an indoor wall in motion. Within a few seconds, ChatGPT generated a prompt. I copied the prompt and returned to Higgsfield, pasted the prompt, uploaded the reference image of a kid, selected Nano Banana 2, and clicked Generate. The result turned out great. I got exactly the image I wanted. Where the kid is in mid-motion, he is trying to hold on to the climbing wall. Then I clicked Multi-Shot to generate 9 additional shots. After a few minutes, I had 9 different images. Now I will upscale the images I like and will use them for my video. So I went back to ChatGPT and asked it to create me a prompt. And here's what it gave me back. The prompt basically describes the lone character standing on top of the mountain near the summit with all the trekking equipment. Now, copy the prompt, head back to Higgsfield, upload the reference image created earlier in Multi-Shot, paste the prompt, select Nano Banana 2 as the model, and click Generate. Within a few minutes, I got my generated image, which was fantastic. The image turned out exactly how I wanted, where he stands near the summit looking at the horizon and his face is clear. So again, I used the multi-shot feature to generate 9 additional shots from that single image. After selecting the images I liked, I clicked upscale, and once they are upscaled, I downloaded them and moved on to animation. To animate the images, I used Kling 3.0 and Kling 3.0 Omni. The main reason for using these models is their latest features, which are multi-shot video generation, start frame plus element references, and longer duration support. While you don't need to use these features every time, they are extremely helpful for creating cinematic videos. So now select the video option and click Create Video, then change the model to Kling 3.0. First, I tested the multi-shot feature. It's basically like directing a movie. You define shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, each with its own duration and action. And Kling 3.0 generates all of them together as one seamless video. So instead of building scenes piece by piece, you can create them in one go. Now there are 2 ways to use multi-shot. First is auto, where the AI decides shot transitions automatically, and second is custom, where you can manually describe each shot by adding scenes one by one, giving you full creative control. I went back to ChatGPT and uploaded an image I downloaded earlier and asked it to create a multi-shot prompt with 4 shots each lasting 3 seconds. And ChatGPT generated the prompt, I copied the prompt, went back to Higgsfield, uploaded the image, pasted the prompt, and enabled multi-shot mode. Because we're specifying all 4 shots ourselves, custom mode isn't necessary. Auto mode works perfectly here, letting Kling automatically manage the transitions and cinematic flow. Now set the duration to 12 seconds in 1080p quality and click Generate. Within a few minutes, the result was ready. The video followed the prompt perfectly with 4 shots, each lasting 3 seconds, and every action generated exactly as described in the prompt. Next, I changed the model to Kling 3.0 Omni because it handles multiple elements better, allowing us to use 4 reference images while maintaining perfect consistency across the entire video. Select elements to give Kling clear visual references. I upload the kid's image because it defines the character, and upload the climbing wall image, which defines the environment. Kling 3.0 Omni uses these as fixed references, keeping everything consistent across the whole video. Then I use this prompt, centered close-up of a determined kid's face, then the camera pulls back as he begins climbing an indoor wall. Natural movement, cinematic, and realistic style. The best part about Omni is that you can add images directly into the prompt as image 1 and image 2, giving you better control over the scene. So I tagged image 1 and image 2 in the prompt. Then I set the duration to 10 seconds, changed the resolution to 1080p, and aspect ratio to 16:9, and click to generate and wait for a few minutes. The result was ready and turned out to be excellent. It followed the prompt perfectly, using just 2 elements and created an incredible video. Next, I used another feature, which is the start and end frames. So I changed the model to Kling 3.0, uploaded the first and last frame of the character I created earlier, and used this prompt, which basically says that he is happy and smiling, and he removes his glasses and places them on his forehead. Now set the duration and click Generate, and the video came out exactly like the prompt. He showed real emotions, removed his glasses, and placed them on his forehead naturally. So I continued using these 3 features to animate all the remaining scenes until the animation sequence was fully complete. Now the next step was narration and sound design, so I used 11 Labs to create those. To add more realism to the scene, I decided to generate custom sound effects. Inside 11 Labs, click Sound Effects and type Strong Mountain Wind at the Summit in the prompt bar. Set duration to 10 seconds and click Generate, and within a few seconds, the sound effect was generated. They came out exactly as I wanted, so I downloaded them and repeated the process for other sound effects. For the narration, I asked ChatGPT to create a cinematic voiceover, covering the character's journey, struggle, and achievement of reaching the summit. ChatGPT generated a voiceover. I copied the voiceover, went back to 11 Labs, clicked Text-to-Speech, selected the 11 Multilingual V2 model, chose the voice Rowan, which suited the cinematic tone well, and clicked Generate. Okay, this sounds perfect. So I downloaded the narration. After generating the narration, I moved on to background music. I wanted a cinematic and emotional background music that feels inspiring and matches the climbing journey. So I asked ChatGPT to create a music prompt for 11 Labs and copied the result. Then I went back to 11 Labs, clicked the music section, pasted the prompt, set the duration to 1 minute with 2 variations, and clicked Generate. The generated music fit perfectly with the video, matching the emotion, pacing, and cinematic feel of the journey. So I click download. Now, moving on to the final step, which is editing. I use CapCut for editing. After importing all clips, narration, music, and sound effects into CapCut, I arranged everything according to the story and made a few final adjustments. I also made a custom GPT to help make my videos more cinematic. I simply upload an image to it and it provides CapCut adjustment settings for cinematic color grading. I'll leave a link to this in the description. What's important to understand here is why this workflow works so well. First, it keeps everything visually consistent because all the scenes are built from the same base images and references. Second, it saves a huge amount of time since you're not recreating every shot from scratch. And third, features like multi-shot and element references make creating cinematic animations much easier, even if you're just getting started. That's the real power of combining Nano Banana 2, Kling 3.0, and a unified AI workflow like this. So that's the complete process I used to create cinematic visuals using Nano Banana 2 and Kling 3.0. I'll leave all the tools and links I used in the description below.